tastes like salt. Feels like hunger and it tastes like salt. So tap me out and tap me into you. Take a walk with the cedar humming, cityscaping, sunset stunning.
Good morning. You can hear my dog eating in the background. You're a good boy. I'm talking to the camera. You're a good boy. What? It's 2 p.m. and I had a really bad headache last night, so I slept a lot. Didn't get enough sleep the night before, so got my sleep. I'm really happy about that. Jess is gone to hang out with our friend Monica, who runs a shop in town. Some really cool stuff. She's got some stuff in our Etsy shop too. And they're doing shop stuff, I guess. Hanging out, talking about stuff, and being girls. And her mom's gone and her brother's gone, so I'm here alone, which is crazy. That never happens. But I feel like she could walk in at any minute, so I don't want to get too excited. I have some Tumblr asks. So I'm gonna charge this thing for a minute and I'm gonna answer some questions. It's exciting. So I asked you guys if you had any questions from Tumblr. I am 6 weeks post-op, just to get that out of the way. I've been putting zinc every morning and it's really helping to fade. I'm not sure what the camera is picking it up like right now, but they're red when I wake up, and after I put the zinc on, they're lighter. It's darkest here. My nipples are flatter after I put the zinc on, and I actually stretched my arms over my head this morning, and enough. Did a slight sun salutation, so that's nice, and I'll be working more into my yoga, which I'm really excited about, and Bo is too. So I got this question last night before I asked, but they asked what I like best about living in Hungary. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the nature, the country. I really like the country. Of course, Budapest is like half an hour away, and you can go into the city and, you know, get robbed. Drive around and see nice, historical, beautiful architecture and all that stuff, which I also love, but looking outside and just seeing the woods, and it's really quiet, except, you know, you'll hear like people chopping wood or dogs. The sun is just beating down on me, but I don't mind it. It's been cold and now it's warm. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's really homey. Here people are just really kind, you know, and if you hold the door open for somebody, they always say thank you, or they'll hold the door open for you. There's a lot of trades and like bartering as opposed to like, you know, and there's no drug dealers on the street corners. There's no like new school gang activity. It's all really old school. It's just, I guess I'm just old-fashioned. I like it that way. People ask me a lot about what kind of music I listen to, and I always have a hard time answering it. You know, you can look in my Tumblr FAQ and see lists of stuff. You know, I come from Righteous Babe squad. I was in the lesbian community for a long time, and I've been to my share of Ani DeFranco concerts. I love Ani. I love playing Ani on the guitar. That acoustic, raw feel I really love. And there's just like some really intense poetry in that, and I love poetry. Obviously I love Medicine for the People and Shaky Graves. You can see those in my videos a lot. What I've been doing is I go on 8tracks.com and I'll put in like whatever I feel like, and like, you know, those are bands and people that I obviously like, but then I branch out from there. Or like folk UK on iTunes Radio, and I'll discover stuff on there. I don't have like, I get bored of things fast, so I don't have like a a CD that I'm into right now. CD, do you guys listen to CDs? Can you see me? But yeah, I feel bad whenever people ask me this question because I don't have like new, cool, hip music to listen to. I also do love some new, cool, hip music a lot of the time. I love Lady Gaga, respect for Gaga. I get down to Katy Perry when it comes on the radio. I like a good bass feel. I like good dubstep. I mean, I have no shame in my music. I even have some good memories to some country songs. So, sorry. What is / are your best coping skills when feeling blue? This. Talking to you guys, really. And playing my guitar, which I'll probably do as soon as I finish editing this. Hopefully I'll still be home alone. I like talking, kind of. I like talking to people. Like I'll talk to Finn or Smash or Elliot or people back home, you know. Terry doesn't have Facebook anymore, so yeah, talking always helps, being able to relate to people. Or going on a walk sometimes, like getting out of the house. I've been kind of a homebody. I like hanging out at home and, you know, yoga. So I guess I would say yoga, music, and all y'all. Anonymous, hey, I was wondering, how did you deal with doubts before being sure you were trans? I researched about trans people a few months ago. Now I understand a lot of things about myself, and I think I'm actually trans. Did you experience this? How did you end this? Yeah, I did experience that. I was watching the trans community before I was a part of the trans community on YouTube. We are all one community, but I was watching so many people before I came to terms. I'm not really sure. How did you end this? I mean, I jumped. Really. You know, I was identifying as genderqueer for a couple of years and working in a place that I didn't think it was going to be okay that I was trans, and I thought my mom was going to cry and cry, and I couldn't be physical in my relationship anymore, and I couldn't write anymore without using male pronouns for myself, and I couldn't, it's not like I was hiding, because it never felt like I was hiding. I just couldn't cope anymore. I couldn't explain it anymore. I couldn't say I'm here when I just kept going further and further. But it was really something that I just was like, okay, well, this is how I think I feel. You know, I don't really trust myself too often, which is something I'm working on, but I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure. I'm sure now, and it kept feeling good, you know? It's just like, okay, this doesn't feel wrong, so I'm gonna take the next step. I hope that answers your question. What part of your chest still has feeling? Just keep pushing on, .tumblr.com. All of it? Like, yeah, all of it. It's a little numb right here. My nipples still feel like burns, kind of. You know, like a sunburn, when you touch it, it's kind of like itchy. And it doesn't feel like a nipple. You know, like when you touch your nipple. That's not what it feels like. It just feels like kind of numb. But, like, it was really numb here for a while, and it's like I can feel that, but it just kind of like hurts a little bit. But yeah, I have feeling. What did you say to people who told you that you used to be feminine, so you're not a real trans? I said, okay. People are entitled to think whatever they want to think, but it doesn't change anything about me. I actually avoided someone in particular that, well, a few people, but someone in particular that I've come back in contact with who I thought was going to say that. And she did, but I avoided it, to be honest. But there's not really much you can say to somebody who's being that blatantly judgmental, because for some reason they're feeling that way, and they're completely entitled to feel that way. But you can say, I feel differently about that. You don't define gender. I define my gender, and I'm male, so do whatever you want to do with that, really. It's not really a debate, you know? You can have a conversation about it. Why do you feel that way? This is how I feel. I'm sorry you feel that way because that hurts me, but, you know, it's not worth a fight because it's not true. It's just really obviously not true. How is life compared to how it was growing up in terms of your day-to-day mood, confidence, and sense of self? Mood, confidence, and sense of self. Growing up. From, like, being a baby until about the first grade, I was really happy. I never thought about gender or drugs and alcohol or judgments or anything like that. I grew up not as wealthy as the people around me, but I had no idea. I never thought that I was different or anything like that. I just, you know, I like to play in mud and be with my friends and all that kid stuff. And then I hit puberty really young, and I was just really depressed. I was a really depressed preteen and teenager, and up until, I mean, I still battle depression, you know? So my overall mood, confidence, and sense of self are very different because I have sort of built this, like, circle of love around me that I feel I was missing out for a long time because I was hiding behind a lot of things, and I was really uncomfortable and not very honest with anybody. And now I live my life as honestly as possible, regardless, you know, like being true to myself. And that doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it's really difficult, and sometimes it causes arguments, and sometimes doesn't feel like it's working. But at the end of the day, I can say that I am who I want to be, and that I still think that I am a role model, and that if you ask me a question, I can be honest about it. If you ask me if I'm being true to myself, I can say yes, regardless of who agrees with me or disagrees with me or what anybody thinks that I should be doing. And I think that's confidence. I don't have the epitome of self-confidence by any means. I still have dysphoria, and I'm in a country where I don't speak the language, but I think that I'm a good guy. I think that I'm doing the best I can, and I'm living my life the way I want to live it. I'm making my videos as long as I want to make them. My day-to-day mood is a little shifty. I mean, I like my life, and I'm happy. I'm definitely fearful of judgment, and I have anxiety, and, you know, I worry about the future. I'm a human being. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with anything, but who is? It's easier now than it was. You know, I'm about to be 26, so that might have something to do with it. Not to be ageist, but my experience has definitely shaped who I am and how I feel and how I deal with things. And experience continues to shape those things. I don't have any regrets, and I'm glad that I went through everything I went through. But I'm still learning, that's for sure. And that's all I have right now. Have a lot... Oh, do you still have wet dreams of j.lo's butt? Who are you? Oh, yeah. Well, that's gonna be really long, so I'm gonna... Look at these animals. Hi, Bobo. Hi, Poofy. Give us a kiss. Give us a kiss. I'm just gonna murder you. What about you, Bo? You give us a kiss. Thank you. Alright. So, that's it. I'm scared to look back and edit this. What did I even say? Bye.